Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Kellen here again with Droid Life. So as you know, it's been OnePlus's day today. They've announced the OnePlus 7, the OnePlus 7 Pro, and there's just so much going on. But as you can see, we have a OnePlus 7 of some sort in-house, and I'll just spoil it for you. It's a OnePlus 7 Pro since that's what's coming to the US. And look, there's a lot to go over, but we like to unbox things. So we're gonna dive in first with a OnePlus 7 Pro unboxing. So diving on in here, just up front here, OnePlus did send this to us for review purposes, and this box you will not get. This is a reviewer's style box. It's a presentation thing. Anyways, inside it though, well, this is marketing materials, I believe. Inside the box though, OnePlus 7 Pro here, and then they also today announced OnePlus Bullets Wireless version 2. So updated those. Actually behind that, there's another little goodie too. So this is the Warp Charge 30 car charger. So this phone utilizes their Warp Charge 30 technology, which is super fast, super duper fast charging. And they included one of those. Again, these are for review purposes. So that's why I get this fancy box. Here is the phone though. And as far as I know, this actually is retail packaging for the OnePlus 7 Pro. You can see it there. Pretty standard OnePlus style packaging. Let's move this out of the way and get this out of the box. All right, we're a little bit closer here, a little more intimate. Let's go ahead and start taking off plastic here. So if that worked. All right, a little bit of plastic on the box. So OnePlus 7, OnePlus 7 Pro. OnePlus 7 Pro here is what I'm going to focus on. And this is a significant phone for OnePlus. I mean, they've had some major phones in the past, including their partnership with the OnePlus 6T and T-Mobile. Like, those are all really, really big, important things. This one, though, they went all out on this bad boy. So again, this is the OnePlus 7 Pro, not the regular OnePlus 7. This is the fully spec'd out model, by the way. This is 12 gig RAM, 256 gig storage, but there will be 8 gig and 6 gig RAM options or 128 gig storage options as well. But this is the fully spec'd out model. So let's go ahead and slide the box off. Get out of there, buddy. All right. So in here, up top, that feels substantial. Here is the phone, the actual 7 Pro in, yep, that is the Nebula Blue, which I'll give you a much better shot of here in a second. So down here, it looks like USB-C cable, and this device, this is a USB-A to C cable, by the way, but this is one of the, I think it might be actually the first OnePlus device that's USB-C 3.1. All the previous ones were 2.0 as far as I know. So that's in the device, but this is the cable. Here is the Warp charger under here, big old brick. So super fast charging speeds will also help keep your device cool if you're using it while you're charging, that sort of thing. You'll notice no headphones in there, which is fine because again, they sell Bullets Wireless. Let's open this stuff because it feels like there's stuff going on in here that we should care about. So a little welcome mat, take that off, and then, oh, an invitation letter. I don't know what that's for. Let's actually open that. What is that? What is the invitation letter for? Friend, let me something, feedback, something about feedback. Okay. Anyway, little case in there, little squishy TPU case, which is nice because the phone is large and most expensive OnePlus phone to date. Oh, inside this little guide here, that was a SIM tool ejector. There it is. That just fell right out of there. And in here, that is that's it. Oh, OnePlus sticker in there if you care about that. So anyway, that's documentation. That is the unboxing experience as far as I know. I don't think there's anything else in here that we need to find. Nope, that's it. So onto the phone. All right, so here is the phone. This is the OnePlus 7. You guys like to listen to that? Here, listen to the sound of that. Weird YouTubers. Anyway, I'm gonna take this this sticker off as well. No reason to see that. All right. First time holding the OnePlus 7 Pro in hand. Again, this is the Nebula Blue version. Nebula Blue, there is actually going to be 3 different versions. So Nebula Blue, Mirror Gray, and Almond. This is blue, and it's got this sort of subtle blue shimmer to it. It's not like those gradient style ones that were popular a little bit last year. It just kind of has this subtle blue depending on which way you turn it. it's very nice. I'm a big fan of different colored phones, so the fact that there's a blue version is kind of nice. The other version is, again, mirror gray and almond. So the almond is kind of a soft gold and a little bit of tan going on, and the mirror gray just kind of looks a little bit like the mirror grays or gray versions we had from last year. So let's do a little boot up here, and we'll talk about specs. Assuming there's juice in this thing. Yep, felt a little bit. There's OnePlus logo. So as I mentioned, the OnePlus 7 Pro is fully spec'd out. So you've got a 6.67 inch Quad HD Plus AMOLED display. That is huge. So basically a 6.7 inch Quad HD display. It's the first Quad HD display that OnePlus has used. It's AMOLED. It's fluid, as they're calling it. That's 516 pixels per inch. 3120 by 1440 is the resolution, and it's 19.5 by 19. You'll notice there's no notch anywhere. There's hardly any bezel at the bottom, on the sides, on the top. It is a full screen device. You can really get a good look at it there. So no notch, that means the camera is actually tucked up here in a pop-up selfie camera. So they went full display with no notch and buried the selfie camera right there. I will demonstrate that to you in just a couple of minutes. As I mentioned, 6, 8, or 12 gig RAM, 128 gig or 256 gig storage. It's UFS 3.0 storage. The first device I think that had it before this was the Galaxy Fold, which has sort of been recalled or canceled or at least put on hold for now. You've got a 4,000 milliamp hour battery there, again with a 30 watt warp charging. On the back, triple camera setup. That is combined with a 48 megapixel Sony censored f1.6 with optical and electronic image stabilization, an 8 megapixel telephoto lens at f2.4 with 3 times optical zoom that has optical image stabilization. And then there's a 16 megapixel ultra wide camera at f2.2. So triple camera, 48 megapixels, then telephoto, then ultra wide. You've kind of got, at least how OnePlus is selling it, as a lens for any situation. 4K, 60 frames per second, slow motion, 1080p, 240, 720p at 480. So you kind of got all the stuff there. The front camera that pops up is a 16 megapixel at f2.0 and it has electronic image stabilization. You have an in-display fingerprint reader, which you can't see right now. It should be improved. They've widened out the sensor, so you should get an improvement there. I mentioned the USB-C 3.1 on the bottom. I believe that is the first time we've seen that in a OnePlus device. It used to all be USB-C and only 2.0. You have stereo speakers. I believe that's also a first. So Dolby stereo dual speakers. So you've got one on the bottom and then you've got one up top here in this earpiece. There's an alert slider. Again, OnePlus has been somewhat made famous for this, at least on Android. We know Apple's kind of been doing an alert slider thing for a while now, but OnePlus has also been doing it now for quite some time. The only real downfall, and this isn't really a real negative, but 802.11ac Wi-Fi in this, and the only reason I bring that up is because it's got every other spec on the planet almost, but not AX Wi-Fi, which we've seen in the Galaxy S10. That's one of the first with AX Wi-Fi. So you still have AC Wi-Fi, it still should be fast, but it's not Wi-Fi 6. Let's see, new improved haptics in here, a liquid cooling system. It weighs 206 grams and it is a substantial device. I mean, this is a 6.7 inch display. It's got some weight to it. It's definitely all glass all over, so be very, very careful. That's sort of a tour. Let's jump past and look a little bit at software here, including that camera. And we're in. So software fired up. I skipped all the login stuff just to show it to you, but check it out. So this is the phone, software up and running, no notch, no hole punch up there. It just looks wild. I mean, it looks about as clean as it gets. So this is obviously Oxygen OS, Android 9.0 Pie. The experience should be pretty familiar to most of you if you've used a OnePlus phone. It looks very Google-esque, but OnePlus always adds some cool features to really improve upon what Google's sort of baseline Android is. Here is sort of just a quick look through settings. I'm not going to run through features. We're going to do tips and tricks and first 10 things and all that stuff. But you can just see sort of the basic layout here. You know, that you've got your 3 buttons down here. I'm assuming there's going to be a gesture setup, buttons and gestures. Yeah, so you can change it to back home, navigation gestures. You can kind of go with whichever one you want there. Anyways, so all of that stuff is there. Let's show you that camera though, because it's pretty cool. So I can just double press this and that will launch the rear camera. And then if I flip that over, look at it, it just popped up. Did you guys see that? All right, so I'll get you a closer look here. So ready? There it is. Look at that. Pretty cool. So you can use that obviously to take selfies. And if you flip that around and you just tap it and it just takes photos up there. And then when you're done, it just goes away. If I just hit home, and that'll go away as well. So OnePlus, I think, said they tested that thing 300,000 times and it didn't fail or something like that. So if you use it 150 times a day for like 5 years, it shouldn't fail. You know, moving parts are always a little bit scary, but that's what they're telling us. They're telling us the right things. They're saying like, look, this thing will last. So if you're worried about it, they've supposedly put it through all of the testing. That's pretty much all I want to show you. It's just in this unboxing. Again, I got to play with this bad boy. We got to put it through all the tests. Again, we'll show you all the tips and tricks. We'll talk about pricing once we have that information. All that. This is, it's going to be pretty wild. Oh, there's that fingerprint reader. I set one fingerprint up. So they said they've improved that. We shall see how good it really is. But either way, OnePlus 7 Pro is in the house. If you've got comments, questions, there's anything you want to know, please do let us know. Otherwise, we are Droid Life. Peace.